We've got our loan, we've got the land, we've got the builder and the plans, but there are two more things we're going to need before building can proceed. We need the approval of the Hakuba Town Hall, and we need the approval of the kami. The Shinto religion, which is native to Japan, believes that spirits, or kami, sometimes also called gods, live in all things, including the trees, bushes, greenery, and even the rocks and soil of our land. Building a house here might be presumptuous at a minimum for all those kami, so to avoid their wrath, we'll need a ceremony to ask for their blessing. It's certainly the least we can do in light of the fact that we have stripped them of their home to make ours. Naturally, since they are gods after all, we haven't done anything more than potentially anger them. No gods have been harmed in the making of this video, but if the kami become angry, it may invite trouble, and nobody, not the builders, the neighbors, and least of all us, the owners, wants to invite trouble. So, on a particularly auspicious day, one of the luckier days in the shaman calendar, we asked a Kanushi, or Shinto Priest, to come over and bless our land. He came from the neighboring town of Otari with a K-van full of items to offer the kami and a foldable altar to set up in the middle of our house-to-be. The weather was threatening most of the morning, but the rain held off until we started the ceremony. Our builder came by to take part in the ceremony, as did the manager of the community management office. That, along with the three of us, was all the audience we needed. In the pouring rain, under the shelter of a canopy tent, the Kanushi started in earnest. The ceremony consisted of a few prayers and a few chants and a few actions that we had rehearsed with the Kanushi just prior to the ceremony. One was to give a ceremonial bough of a tree to the kami as an offering. After that, we were to go to the staked out four corners of the house and toss salt, rice, and sake in either direction. First the salt, then the rice, and finally the sake. Finally, dripping wet, the builder and I performed a symbolic cutting of the vegetation and plowing of the dirt. This was to demonstrate our intentions to the kami. I suppose, in the end, the kami had little opportunity, short of striking us with lightning, to oppose our plans. More than permission, this ceremony is intended to respect the nature and the presence of life that had been living there all those years, and to show our appreciation. Showing appreciation is never a bad thing, and the more you do it, the more you feel appreciation in your heart. I suppose in the modern world, many Japanese may not be doing this sort of land blessing anymore. But while the practice may be less practiced than once before, it is still pretty common in Japan. I don't think of the Japanese as a particularly religious people. Some are, and others are superstitious. But many have been raised with this feeling that there is a spirit in everything. It's not an idea that started with KonMari. She just made it famous. So, under that dark, rainy sky, we offered our thanks, and now we are ready for something to happen. That is, as soon as we get the approval from the Hakuba Town Hall.